The European Parliament have officially lost their minds as they put sanctions on Poland. President Biden is too busy hanging out with tyrants like Maduro and Erdogan, and this is Disrupt. Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of our new daily show at 6 p.m. called Disrupt, where we will take you back to the old days, the old format where we about 10-15 minutes usually we used to do at the time, giving you all the Brexit updates on the ground. Well, we're going to make it issue-based, brief-based. For now, this season is about the Ukraine brief. It's about giving you all the updates that have either been missing from the mainstream media side, or the mainstream media are not really giving you the proper angle. They have their own agenda. They have their own formats and propaganda and spin. So we try to unspin the spin. Let's talk about what's going on in Brussels and Strasbourg. Oh dear God. Ready? Yes. European Parliament just passed a resolution demanding the European Commission to impose immediate economic sanctions on Poland and Hungary. So 478 MEPs actually voted for this. Only 155 voted against this. This is despite the fact that Poland have taken in over 1 million refugees over the last 2 weeks and is struggling already with economic crisis. So it's fascinating. Hungary, I understand it from the EU perspective. So the whole game, by the way, Brussels, we have all these other problems going around in the world. In everything from the economic crisis, from the energy crisis, you still have lockdown problems, and now you have conflicts, Ukraine, Russia. There's a lot of issues, real problems, people losing their jobs, losing their lives. European Parliament, European Commission, they're still obsessed with their internal political games with their own members. They tell the world that we are a happy family of Europeans. Inside that family, they are just tearing each other apart. Actually, that does sound like a family, doesn't it? But the problem is, Poland and Hungary and these countries are rebels. They vote against measures in Brussels, and the Eurocrats, the EU lovers, don't like it. They say you're not really respecting our rule of law. Polish people, the Hungarians, and all the others. And we've had this issue as well with the Italians in the past. The Greeks voted against things. The Portuguese were kicking off over a financial package. On the one hand, you have the European Union, France and Germany, who run the main things, and Brussels in general, the machine, saying, well, no, we have to stay united. So everybody should join the European Union. We should all become a European family because we will treat you better. Neighbors, partners, the EU 27 nation states, they all love each other, so they treat each other better. And then they go and impose economic sanctions on their own members. Like, just think about it. It's their own members. And this is, again, despite the fact that Poland, of all countries as well, they're doing a lot of stuff that the EU should like. They are supporting the Ukrainian refugees. Actually, they've gone completely neocon, the Polish side, because they basically want to go to Kremlin. Poland is very hardcore. They've actually even told the US and the UK and the European Union in general, they keep poking France and others, saying, guys, we are ready to go into Moscow if you want. Let's go to Moscow. We got the jets ready, we got the tanks ready. They are ready for conflict. They are the new French revolutionaries of Europe. And even America, Pentagon was like, okay, well, we are dismissing these plans. They basically had to say, the Pentagon said the plans for Poland to give Soviet-era jets to America is not tenable. What are these? What's the quality of these jets and all the tanks? I really want to know, because if there are any experts, military experts, let me know exactly what's going on with the Polish army, because I'm not really convinced that they are going to be anything with any kind of tenable quality, essentially. So the Pentagon is probably right to dismiss that. But although I can't really defend Pentagon on America that much when you have the White House being run by idiots, absolute idiots. Let's talk about this thing, because I keep seeing the headlines in the mainstream media. They don't say anything about anything. Look at this chaos. Erdogan and Smelly Joe. So Biden and Erdogan, the two lovers who are going on a date this week, because they are clearly so close politically. Erdogan is a tyrant, by the way. The president of Turkey is a tyrant. He's an idiot. He's a dangerous idiot. And Biden is just an idiot. So they have some things in common. I get it. But on the other hand, why are you going to Turkey to beg them to be a buffer? And some people say, well, that's a good idea. Use Turkey as the buffer between Ukraine and Russia. But we already had the idea of using Israel as the buffer. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to stop there, it's fine. But the problem is, they're not just talking to Erdogan for this issue. They want friendship. They actually genuinely want this new relationship being based on democratic societies. Turkey and Erdogan, this is not a free society anymore. Turkey is no longer that Turkey that you knew of in the past. I mean, that short period of time when Turkey had the golden days for a bit. And but now, do not encourage that behavior, because it's the same problem that they created with everybody else as well. When Biden going around begging enemies to be friends with them. We know everyone's losing their minds. We know that Lavrov is losing his mind. From Russia, whether you got the president, you got the foreign minister, you got the actual the head of treasury, the vice president, everyone's losing their mind. This guy went on TV, genuinely said Russia is not seeking to attack anyone. Fair enough. And then said, well, we haven't even attacked anyone in the first place. Not even Ukraine. We haven't started anything. Ukraine. Watch this.
Я вас уверяю, мы справимся, обязательно справимся. Но будем делать все, чтобы больше никаким образом не зависеть от Запада в тех областях нашей жизни, которые...
Yes, that was Lavrov, in case you didn't speak language, saying that we haven't started anything. We're not attacking anybody, and we haven't even attacked Ukraine. Your boss literally made an announcement on TV. Your boss, Vladimir, went on TV, announced to the world that we are attacking. He literally said we're going in. And now you say, well, we're just sitting here in Kremlin. We're just playing chess with each other. We're in Moscow watching Netflix. Oh, well, now it's banned. You can't watch Netflix anymore, Lavrov. Idiot. But, no thanks to NATO, because, I got my criticism of NATO, you guys know. But at the same time, I'm not really sure why we have to listen to these people. And the Ukrainian delegates, I don't know if you saw a couple of days ago as well, exposed another tweet of Lavrov, and because it was also the tweet from the embassy, Russian embassy, and retweeted by Lavrov and Kremlin. Just watch this beauty. I don't understand what they're thinking.
Those who posted today this text, Foreign Minister Lavrov, the goal of Russia's special military operation is to stop any war that could take place on Ukrainian territory or that could start from there. Russian embassy.
So they went in there to stop conflict that could happen or could not happen or whatever. That was the Russian embassy tweeting. And then, I love the ending. Watch this.
Russian embassy in London, retweeted by the Russian Foreign Ministry. Let me remind the Russian diplomats that in London, in case of need for mental help, you can dial NHS line 111.
Oh, dear God. So I'm not even a big fan of the Ukrainian government, just to be honest. And I don't really try to pick sides. Don't pick sides. It makes no sense. Everyone's corrupt anyway. But at the same time, the key point in this is that until now, Russia have been very good at manipulation, propaganda, and the PR game, with everything. Now this guy is proving that the Ukrainian president as well, Zelensky, they are winning the PR game. Whether you like it or not, whether NATO is the good side or the evil side or Kremlin or whatever, and whether the Western interventions, mistakes in the past, don't really care about that. It's about PR and propaganda. That's what's winning the battle. And Russia have actually lost that game now, which I'm still surprised about. And it's the team NATO and Team Ukraine who are actually doing much better. So I know there's a lot of cringy stuff happening as well from the West. Everyone's like doing the whole hashtag and whatever nonsense to kind of support the cause. I don't care about that either. But Russia losing the PR battle is a big deal. And it goes back to the whole issue of that everything is affecting all the other problems as well, because energy security is one of the main problems. The US House of Representatives just passed the bill to ban import of Russian oil. It took them some time, because Biden takes some time to actually wake up and then takes a nap again, wake up, ask their actual president, Kamala Harris, to see what he should do. In reality, we don't really know exactly what the long-term plan is. In the UK, we had indications from Boris Johnson, luckily, that he's going to push for fracking. We need to replace all this green crap with small, safe, and cheaper nuclear plants around the country, and in America too, and take advantage of your own gas. And don't go to other enemies and beg for oil and gas. Stop doing this. We've lost Russia now. So what is Joe Biden doing? Joe Biden is going to Maduro. Seriously, he's going to Venezuela to beg Maduro to become friends again. So, I mean, did that work with Cuba? I mean, Obama's legacy completely destroyed anyway. And now they're going to Venezuela, say, well, let's be friends. We kind of need a bit like oil and gas, because Vlad, we're not friends anymore. And then Maduro, that's one. They're also going to Iran. Yes, Biden is also... don't have the energy, guys. Biden is now begging Iran as well. Potentially, that's also an option on the table to get oil and gas, oil, from Iran. This is the clown world run by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. What's the point of boycotting Russia on the basis that Vlad is a tyrant? That's the line, right? And then go to other tyrants to work with them. It's the whole cycle of chaos. Like back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, we went to the Mujahideen in Afghanistan to help to defeat the Soviets, and then the same idiots turned into Taliban, and then the idiots created a new one. Stop it. It doesn't really work. Stop trying to run the world. Policing the world cannot be done by America. America is still, as a country, in terms of geopolitical issues, it's still a child. They're mature. You can't run the world. You're not the British Empire. When the British Empire were the police of the world, it worked to an extent. Since the 40s, by default, the burden went on to America, and America has been policing the world. And every single intervention that we've had in the 20th century and 21st century, led by America, has led to chaos, because they don't know how to police the world. And this is why we are in this mess. Stop your green crap, stop fracking, build nuclear, and stop with this virtue signaling Greek cringy nonsense. It doesn't really work. It does not work. Now, this was the first episode of Disrupt and the Ukraine brief. We're going to come back every day, 6 p.m. We're going to be giving you all the detailed updates and analysis. It's a slightly longer format of our normal daily shows, because of course we're going to have throughout the day your normal couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes daily updates on what's going on in the country and around the world. But the Ukraine brief on Disrupt will actually give you the analysis that you're not getting from the mainstream media, because TV is dead and we are the media. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Thanks for all the support. I've been getting a lot of kind emails from you guys, and I want to say massive thank you to all the members of the channel as well. It's thanks to you guys that we were able to fight back on YouTube with all the issues that we've been facing over the last year or so. So thanks again. And if you're new to the channel, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell next to it. We have videos throughout the whole day, and 6 p.m. Disrupt is now going to be the new show. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.